Oh, hello and welcome to this video here, where I'm going to try to explain a little bit of the logistics into Evospace and show you simple designs. I can't make anything more advanced than what I can show you. Well, first we have here all the 5 components of the IT. We have the steel logic circuit, steel logic controller, steel logic display, steel logic interface, and the steel logic wire. Meaning you can unlock it at the steel age, so it's very early game. Now each part has some function. The display, as we say, is a display. You can choose numeric, nothing, on off, or color, but I don't know how to actually set it up aside with numeric. So don't ask me. Have the controller and it has some functions. But so far the only one that I was able to use was switch to turn machines on and off when I want. The interface can only interact with the other stuff here. So like here into the open, it has nothing to do. And this is where the most of the problems arrive here, because we have a lot of stuff to mess around here, and for non-programmers and things else, it is kind of a monster of multiple hats. Well, let's start with the simple use of it. I have here an item rack with some stone. So if I pick my interface here and set it to face the item rack with the little green dot here, we can see that if I choose inventory, it's gonna show you everything we have here. So that's quite nice. In this place, if I place a just pipe, just display that has a red dot right behind it and set it to numeric. It will show you how much we have inside. So in this case here, 64. Now before I continue, I'm gonna click one of the logic switches because it has both of it. It has a green dot and a red dot. A green means output, information that comes out of it. Red that means input, so they need to come inside here. That's why the interface has a green one that's going to send information, while the display has a red one that's going to receive information. Is that clear? Good, because this is going to be very important later on. Now we can try to do some stuff here. We have here an army here that will constantly keep removing stone from my chest here. But I want to keep this chest a minimal bit of stone here. So what do you do? Well, kind of simple actually. We have to put a steel controller facing the arm, so I can control its active and inactive state. Normally what I like to do is to then pick a circuit. This is gonna be kind of close by, but don't need to be. And go here and set it to constant. Here you can actually set up a value, because in most operations here, it only change from true or false, require other signal to do anything. So come with me. Now we can choose an output rule, and for that we need to give it a tag, and a tag is one kind of symbol to it. Without it does nothing. This case here, let's select stone here, and the value of 60. Okay, good. As you can see now, I have an output of signal of stunning 60. If I wire, if I pick a wire here, you can see that it is here. Switch. And in theory, I could select this, but it's gonna do nothing. As you see, it has been stopped. If I try to put it here, it's just going to act normally. I don't want that. Let's remove it. We need to add another auto rule here. So let's pick another circuit and put it in a place where it can actually receive and send information. And now I'm gonna put here less, or equal in this case. You can choose to compare two signals. For now, I have a problem here. Both the item rack and this one here was the same tag that is tone, so they are combined here. So I'd like to change this to something different. Let's say stone chest. Good. Now let's say here that if stone into the inventory is less than the stone that I have set into the stone chest, send a signal of stop. Try to place it here. So let's still stop it because this is a deny rule. In this case, it's not going to work because it is actually opposite inverted. So let's change it. If the amount of stone in the stone chest is less than stone, make a signal. As you can see, it's going to work it a bit and stop. Or in this case here, you can just actually invert greater if the amount of stone I have into the rack is higher than the amount of stone into the stone chest, then a signal. So every time I have more than 60 stone here, the arm is going to work here. As you can see, it goes until it has 60 and stops, because this stops it. Kind of simple, so this way you can actually set up to deny work when a certain trigger has been arrived. Sorry about my explanation not being very correct, because normally I don't do like this, but I'm going to leave it the other part of it. Now let's remove this. We're done with this here for now. I'm gonna come back here later. Now let's talk something different. Let's try to make it, we can see how much this battery is full. If I press just the interface here and network, it shows me the capacity and the amount of electricity inside. For now, 0. But once I put a cable here, the generator gonna start to fill it. So it's going to put the number like this. At this point, I could just put the display here again, set up numeric, and the power. I have to actually find that symbol So it might take some time to actually find it. If I can find it. Unfortunately, as you saw, the interface itself don't have a tag by it all, so you need to create one. In this case here, just put a logic key and or and put the semi hole on both of it and give it a tag of aluminum small battery to output. So now it's outputting 66 as the amount of energy we have here. And that's what we have. So if now put the display and select the numeric key and select the battery, if I can find it anywhere. I just did that crappy. Why can't I find it when I want to? Here. Is the number, but I don't want the number of it. It's too big. Can't I have a way to get the percent of it filled up? Well, my friend, there is a way, but you're not going to like it. It's going to require a lot of cabling. This is an overkill, but just to show you the problems. We're going to need at least 3 logic circuits. Let's put them down here, side by side. First one is to make a constant of a value of 100. It's percent, so we need to make it, and let's select a tag for it. For now, let's just go with coal. Now have a output of coal of 100%. Now let's go to a multiplication. I'm gonna pick my current electricity and multiply it by coal, and that's going to give me the resulting, let's say, compact generator. Okay, good. Now come the strange part. We're going to make now a division. Let's divide our current electricity multiplied by 100 and divided by our capacity. And this is going to give us the resulting of the aluminum battery box. Now if I put the display here and numeric and choose why this is not showing up, the aluminum battery, we have a 66, that is the current percent of the battery have here. If I added a cable, it's going to slowly increase 67, 68, nice, and so on until it hit 100%, 99, and 100. And as you can see, it don't go any upper because, well, this is completely full. And even if we increase our storage capacity, like this here, put this stainless steel 1 million battery here, it's going to update on its own because we're taking putting the math into the base. So once they hit 110% of its power, it's going to go to show 10%. That is the maximum amount. It is 10% of the amount this our system can store. remove it, going back to 100%. And if I disconnect it and connect something to actually drain that energy, it will start to go down, down, and down. And we could do the same thing here with the fluids, like we have this copper container that can receive water from this, and do the same thing as we did before. Put an interface so we can check this. In this case, networking. Let's put some cables here. Oh, forget I am overkilling this here, just to be sure. Now let's put some logistic system here, because it's getting both sides that it don't care about the position, but normally you have to care about it. In this case, let's use the core again, because it's a separated system. Now let's let's multiply our, because it is empty, it's not showing anything here. So let's give it some water just to have a start. There we go. Now you can wait. Let's multiply our water by our production, and that's going to give us an estimate of the W of water. And then just picking our, let's divide our water by capacity to give us the copper contained current percent of fulfillment. Zero, because the capacity is 30%, so this is not even 1% of it, I think. But if you let this keep running, it's going to start rising. Now I have 1%, 2, 3, and so on. Of course, same thing could be done here with the item rack, but we have a little problem here, because the interface can only detect the items inside it and not the capacity. For us to do something like that, we need to actually set up a variable of our own. So let me do the wiring. You have again the constant of our core 100, multiply the amount of sun we have by 100 to make it the sun chassis of this value. Now comes the big jump. I now have to make a new constant to work as the hack itself. Let's pick the hack here. Let's put the value of how much it can store. That is 2048. That is how much this item hack can actually hold up. And then I'm going to have to divide the stone chassis by rack to make it the. In this case, I'm going to use the copper chassis value. And now with a display, should be able to select the copper chassis. It's going to show that is 3% full. So yeah, 64 is 3%. If I remove everything, it's 0. If I put 90, it is about 4% of the storage. Let's spawn some more stone here. and now it is 32% full. Understood? Well, this is the basic setup that I have done for showing you the contents of the system in percentage in percent. Now, this is already something you can actually do. So if I want to do something with this aside just showing stuff, like I did before, stopping something to working, or starting like in power or fluids. So let's stop you here. How about we make something to avoid this here to it's getting zeroed out. I want something that's gonna stop the power production when a certain point has been reached and start again when it's getting too low. For that, we're gonna require more constants, more circuit logics. At least 3 this time. Let's put more 3 here. And just to be safe, let's connect then out to the semi wire. Okay, now we're going to create something. First, need to select a constant and select what's going to be our base value. Let's say that the pretty original cell that's going to be our low power is 10. I'll take a constant as well that uranium cell that's going to be our maximum power is 90. Okay, okay, okay. But actually gonna require more logic circuits than I previously said. Let's put some more here. I am putting to the side, but this is a 3D game, so you can actually stack them up. Now let's say here, when our battery is greater than 90, emit the signal to stop. Okay? Now less. When our battery is smaller than 10, output the signal poke. Now we have both of them, but still that is not enough, because just those signals here on its own is not going to be enough for most stuff. We're going to use a third one here, that is the SR latch. It takes one signal to enable and another signal to disable itself. In this case here, I'm going to use the coke to start producing power and use the stop to stop making power. And that signal is going to be here because it's going to be a generator. Let's put the steel generator here. this case here. Now I can actually put a controller here into the compact generator, connect a cable on it, and switch with the generator command. Now when I place a cable here, so it's actually working, it's going to start slowly but surely filling this up. It's going to continue until it hits the 90%. But because I don't want to keep waiting, I'm gonna put just 50% in this case here. And let's wait a bit for it to actually see if this to work, and I'm going to stop when it hits more than 50, because this is greater, it means 16. 16. And as you can see, it's not increasing more. And he stopped it because this was activated, sending the S signal to the SR latch to stop it, making it true, make it false, and the false make the switch, turn this off here, and it's now working. Now, in most cases, you're supposed to have a drain here. In this case, this thing here start to drain, but as you can see, not started. But once it gets below 10, it start again, because this laser here is saying the coke signal to the SR latch to work, to make it true. So it's going to keep working until it's get to that percent. And this is how I made this system to keep working it or not. We could do the same thing here too, but using the valve to relieve pressure from the system itself. Or use it with the arms and everything to retrieve, stop removing items, and all this stuff here. So I hope this has helped you get a basic idea. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of space. And as I told you, this is a 3D game, so instead of 9 blocks side by side, you can just make it into a little wall. So just don't forget to equip everything here with the outputs and connect with the wires. That you're not going to have any problem doing so. In this case here, I have made 3 separated systems here, but there is nothing that you don't say you can make one single system across the entire base. But the problem, as I probably already saw with my thinking here, you have to make a notepad to all the tags you are using, what they are used for, and everything else, because without it, you're going to get lost very quickly. Go ahead. I know you can do it. Let's stop it. Yeah, so we stop it. If I put this back to 9%, it's going to fill until 90% of the battery is full, then stop. And just like in the case of the before, if we added more batteries, it's going to update that value immediately. So this was a long video with me trying to explain this complex topic. And all I could do with all I learned was to make a display of percent and using that percent to using SR latch to start or stop machines. If you invert those, it's going to invert also the function. This is also useful to have one thing closed and other thing open. So we have to let it another SR latch to do that. So every new thing here you need to do and add another logic circuit. That's complex. That's too complex. But that is how it is. So this is Ungard. Thanks so much for watching.